let's find out where President Trump is. He was on the move.
And now he's in the UK.
Oh.
And this visit is making history.
Yes.
He's expected to meet with top UK officials to deepen ties with one of America's closest allies. But it's historical it's a second time, right, Doug, that he's been invited and that hasn't happened?
Yes, second state visit, and that's certainly, well, it's unheard of until now.
Yeah.
So you have the president, and it looks like Marine One is heading to bringing the president to Windsor Castle. This is a meeting that obviously has a lot of pageantry associated with it. He's going to meet with King Charles and so on, as the First Lady is there as well. There is a political side to this as well, and there are going to be no doubt some talk about trade as well as support for Ukraine and trying to end the war in Ukraine. That's going to come up. If it doesn't come up with the king, it will certainly come up in the president's meeting with the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. So, again, a lot of pomp and circumstance. We're going to see a white tie affair, as we saw last time around. So this is going to be it's going to be something to watch.
We're mixing some video of Air Force One with a live shot now of Marine One landing. Where would this be landing? Very near the castle?
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting here watching it as well. I mean, they're identifying that as Windsor, England. So, as close as they can come. It is a reminder of the degree to which, the security and the transportation means follow the president no matter where he goes.
Especially now.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, you've got to imagine, based on recent happenings, that Secret Service agents have kind of redoubled their efforts, looking at sight lines and so on, and making sure that the president is very secure during this trip. I mean, obviously, there are some in England who don't want him there.
Absolutely.
And,
there's some protests happening, right? And even when we show video of him coming off of Air Force One, wasn't there some images that were projected on Windsor Castle?
Yeah, there were some images that were projected on the castle. I believe that referenced the Epstein case.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a very ceremonial visit, but you can't leave that political side behind.
Well, that's quite the image on the side of the castle. So we saw a second helicopter. Do they still have two helicopters, so you don't know which one the president is on, that kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, that is what they do. And you see this in Washington all the time. When the president leaves, it'll be one helicopter joined by another, and then they kind of split off. And yeah, the idea is that you do have some uncertainty about which one that he is in. I mean, obviously, when the president flies, the helicopter is a particularly vulnerable time because it does have to slow down so much. You see how slow, if you can see it there, as it makes its approach and so on, there's a great deal of security surrounding Marine One.
And I know they're going to be showing like when you mentioned the pomp and circumstance and the official state visit, aren't they going to have like a big military showing too?
They're going to have a big flyover. So yeah, they're pulling out all the stops, and the president has described what he says is a long relationship with now King Charles that goes back decades. So it's obviously a very old relationship between these two countries, the special relationship, as they refer to it as, and we're going to see that play out in real time.
Anytime I feel tired, I think about what a president of the United States has to go through. You fly over to England or the UK, and then by Saturday, he's going to be in Arizona at Charlie Kirk's funeral. It's just constant movement.
Moving through time zones. Now, having said all that, I assume all of us have been on long flights before.
Yeah.
Air Force One, ain't exactly coach.
No,
you've got a bedroom there and so on.
Doug, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We have a news conference going on. We have a big fire here in the area. We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's listen.